Up to this point, which boxes have been your favorite?
Every fucking one of them. All right, my boxes, favorite as far as the designs, the one I'm hands down to this day, my favorite box will be, I can't remember, it's not even there anymore. It was on 4th and Figueroa. It was a utility box. It depicted a street scenery wrapped around the box with a bunch of buildings. All the buildings had my kids' names for hardware stores and jewelry stores, arcades, and my wife's name was on the billboard. That was probably my hands down favorite box. I want to say it was like box number 13, 14, 17, somewhere in the 20s or early teens. Those were my first boxes. That's my favorite box. The favorite box to do would probably be the money boxes, just because of the amount of stencils and tape on it. There's nothing like pulling off tape off of boxes. It's satisfactory, like the final outcome feeling. It's a given. That's a fun box to do. It's the most tedious box to do, but I guess that's why I like it, because the reward is, you know, how it looks.
You've also received 2 awards from the city of Los Angeles and Sherman Oaks for your work with the boxes. Can you talk about these achievements?
Yeah, I guess it kind of speaks for itself. The city noticed that I wasn't just painting 1 or 2 or 10. Those awards came from 2 different things. The first award was kind of more astonishing to me because I just got I got an email or something. Email or phone? I think I got an email. I don't know how they got my email. I guess they emailed through Instagram from City Hall, and it kind of fucked me up because they were like, "Hey, Robert Brooks," or "Hey, attention, super leaded, whatever, like, could you come to City Hall? We need to talk to you," kind of shit. And I was just like, what the fuck? Like, this is where everything has gone wrong now. Like, it is no longer artwork in their eyes. They're like seriously pissed the fuck off, and they know enough information about you they're emailing you through your Instagram. So, fuck, figure it out. And I talked to a couple people like, what should I do? What should I do? What should I do? Should I go down there and be like, fuck them, they won't find me? But they're already on this level, so let's find out what the fuck they want. So after a day or so, I finally emailed them back. I was like, hey, what's going on? Hi, can I help you? And trying to be all cool. And like, yeah, we were wondering if you could come down to the hall. We wanted to talk to you about some stuff. I was like, am I in trouble? And they're like, oh, no, you're not in trouble or anything, but we've all heard that one before. Like, you get in the room, they close the fucking door, like vandalism, you know? And so I was like, fuck it, take my chances. So I went down there, got called an office, got called another office, I went upstairs, sat down. The next time in the mayor's office and shit. And so what's going on? He's like, oh, this guy wants to talk to you. He's like, hi, Robert Brooks Hall, pleasure to meet you. Hi, the mayor wanted to give you this. Or someone reported you in the council to some shit stating that you're the guy responsible. We looked at your Instagram, we saw it, we just want to say thank you. Great job. That blew my mind, like heart race. The second one I got was, I didn't know I was gonna get it. I was just involved with the program out in Sherman Oaks, painting a bunch of utility boxes in Mulholland Drive and Ventura. And as the culmination of the whole program when they were done, they invited us to like a Ventura Valley wine cracker cheese night where all the artists come in and we all meet and greet each other, and they auction off little canvases. And then the night, which I didn't know, they all called us up there, and all of a sudden they pulled these things like, okay, here are your plans. That's like on the second one. I guess if you participate in certain city programs, that's what they give people, because I know a lot of artists have gotten that, and that's how they get the thing, is participating in a city program. So that's why the first one has a little more meaning to me, because I was like, I wasn't just one of 20 people. We have to give them all one. I was someone they went after and sought after to find me to give it to me. That kind of like blew my mind, because I had like a mental vision board when I started doing like, oh, I want this to happen. I want this to happen. One day you're gonna see. And I told my friends, they laugh. I used to say that, like, one day I'm gonna paint these boxes everywhere, and I'll just paint them, and no one will give a fuck, and the mayor will love me, and the teachers and doctors and lawyers, everyone will love me. You'll see, I'll get awards from this shit. And then to get the award in your hand, it's kind of like, that's that real life. You manifested some shit, like, to speak on it, and then when it happens, it fucks you up, because you weren't even joking, but you were kind of joking because you didn't think it was gonna be that way. But like, look what happens. You're like, fuck, words of power type of shit. And then based on that, it's like I speak a lot of shit into existence, you know. So that's real shit.
How many boxes have you painted in total? Do you keep track?
Right now I'm at 199, and the reason I linger on that 199, I have been for a while, is because, well, if you look at how many boxes I've actually painted, different boxes, 199. Not including the ones I did for a gig inside of Dodger Stadium, because those aren't actually city boxes. That's a whole different gig and shit. So that's 199 boxes I've painted. But of those 199 boxes, some of those boxes have been painted 2, some 3, 1 4 times. So if you add those up as different boxes, that were definitely up to like 220, 230, you know what I'm saying? As far as boxes I painted, but I don't count those that way because they're still 199 of the same boxes. And the reason I haven't crossed that 200 mark yet is because I want to get all the boxes I previously had that been tagged on, buffed, gone over, like cap them back, like at least most of them. Some of them I've kind of let go to the streets because it's so fucked up. It's probably the third time I've redone it. This will be the fourth time. I'm just not gonna do it anymore, and the rest is like, let's go westward, let's get new uncharted territory, or other cities and stuff,
Do you have anything special planned for your 200th box?
I did it for my first one. My first 100, I had a whole collage of different designs. I've thought about it, but I don't know. It might be a minute to even get to that 200 one. I really want to get like at least like 20 or 30 of them out of the way. It's kind of hard because like I see new boxes I want to get, but I know if I go get that box, that's going to be the 200 box, whatever it is, and that probably will be happening. I'll be like, there was one I was going to do, which is a collaboration of a LAPD and a fire department box down like in the, I know, it's like on 66th and Broadway or 65th and Broadway or some shit. And like, that's nothing special about it. It's a fire department LAPD box collaboration, no bells and whistles on it. It's for them. They'll probably love it. But for me, from like, oh, my 200, there's nothing special about that, so we'll see. Whatever happens, happens.
The city of Glendale, Burbank, Pasadena, we don't see any boxes from you there. Why not?
Well, initially, because every time they've had a program and I've applied for it, I was kindly denied for reasons I can only assume have something to do with the fact that I use aerosol as my medium, and I just don't think that's what they're into. And even though I've seen people with aerosol in boxes, maybe it's just, I don't know. I really don't know why. I don't even care at this point because I got LA who lets me paint boxes, and that's their loss, I would love to paint them in Burbank. I'd love to paint them in Glendale. I'd love to paint them in Pasadena, but I'm not even sure if Pasadena even has a program for that. I know Burbank and Glendale do. I'm not sure if Pasadena's even on that thing, their vibe. I don't know.
Outside of graffiti and your boxes, it's very rare to find stickers or canvases from you. Why is that?
I don't do stickers. Never was my thing. I just don't like stickers. I mean, I don't know. Stickers to me is lazy graffiti. And there's like, you walk by and just slap some shit up, that's fine and dandy. But actually sit there and put the grind on it, it's a little more creative, I guess. Nothing wrong with it, but it's just not my thing, huh?
What about canvases? Why don't we see more of them from you?
Because honestly, it's not my thing. People always ask that canvas is like, oh, you do all this big stuff on a wall, why don't you do canvas? I'm like, yeah, because canvas is finer detail. I got shitty vision. It's a lot more work. You gotta wait for the canvas to dry. If you want canvases with paintbrushes on stuff, I'm not even that guy. Like I said, can control earlier. That's what you got used to, and you know how to maneuver that. I don't necessarily know how to be the best guy with markers. And yeah, I can do some shit, just hit books and stuff, but like canvases, you kind of want to put something a little nicer on a canvas than on a wall, I guess is the expectations. And I think that's honestly my biggest problem. I expect my canvases to be so much doper than something I would put on a wall that I overthink them, and I never finish them, and people want me to do guide canvases, and the process now that have been like years, I've been doing a little bit every 3 weeks, forever and a day, but yeah, I can paint like 1,000 walls. I'll never understand why. It's just how my mind works. It's shitty because it'd probably be making me money if I was really focused on it, but as we are, it is life.